Breaking news now before you go. A person was taken to the hospital after a crash in West Omaha. County authorities say this happened just after 10 o'clock near 204th and George B. Lake Parkway. Right now, no word about what led up to that crash.
And we have more breaking news here at the alert desk. At least 10 people are dead after a suspected gas explosion in India. That explosion triggered a collapse inside a tunnel that was under construction. Now, at this point, 17 others are still missing in the cave. Workers were doing construction work on a hydroelectric project when this all happened. Survivors who managed to escape told authorities they heard a loud explosion, then debris came crashing through the tunnel. Rescue teams are now working to reach the people who are still trapped. Cerise?
Maria, thank you. More top stories before you go. Tanner Hunt, the man accused in the crash that killed two siblings, now faces 2 charges of felony motor vehicle homicide. He's being held in the Douglas County Jail on a $10 million bond.
The man accused of threatening Governor Jim Pillen's family and a school is now being held on a $1 million bond. Investigators allege that Ian Halstead left a comment threatening to shoot up the school and kill members of the family.
Governor Jim Pillen signed an executive order ending tax credits for large-scale data centers in Nebraska. The order blocks data centers from getting business tax incentives like rebates for property and sales taxes paid.
Omaha Public Schools is holding the first of several community meetings tonight. Officials will explain to parents the budget cuts the district plans to make. Additional meetings are set for Thursday and Saturday.
Mayor Ewing will present his proposed 2027 budget to the City Council today. The council meeting starts at 2 o'clock this afternoon.